Alright, so P3 Multimorphic has revealed their fourth game. And not only did they reveal the game, they gave Jeff Patterson the exclusive, so we got high definition photos and we've got some play quality video that is definitely worth going through. There's a company out there that should really take note on how to reveal a game. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. All the information that I will be bestowing upon you is available at This Week in Pinball. So by all means, if you want the full detail and stories as well as the HD pictures, then check out that website now. So their fourth game is called Heist, which already intrigues me because I actually really enjoy heist movies. It's like one of my favorite genres of film is heist movies. So your typical Ocean's 11, stuff like that is what really intrigues me. This is my first P3 Multimorphic video, and just a real quick brief history of me and their products is that I have played them every year at TPF, and not one of the games so far has really grabbed me. And that's all I can really say. I have never told anybody or even said that the product is bad, and I think that's what a lot of the mindset is with the people these days when it comes to Multimorphic. It's not that it's a bad system or it's not that it's, you know, a horrible product. It's just that something inside this game has not grabbed anybody to pull them in to really throw the cash at the product. Now, why is that? What is it that Multimorphic is not providing for us that we see in their new game? You can look at all their previous games and each one of them has a really cool little thing to it, you know, whether it be magnetism, catching the balls on Lexi Lightspeed and stuff like that. Cosmic Kart Racing has got its own cool little multiplayer aspect to it. Little things like that. There's every single game has got some sort of little thing to it that makes it unique. And I think this one's got the little something to make it unique, as well as more kinetic satisfaction. I think that's what kind of like distanced me away from the product whenever I was first, you know, introduced to it years ago, is that it felt too virtual. Even though the ball goes over the screen and the screen reacts to the ball and it does a lot of cool stuff, I don't know, I guess it still felt too much like a video game. Not that I'm against video games, guys. Trust me, once I get finished recording this, I'm probably going to start playing some. But I digress. Pinball is pinball, video games is video games. This is combining those two, and I think that this one is meshing them a lot better than the previous ones. So let's look at the playfield here, and this is what we got. This is basically a little a GIF file that's just showing you the overspanning view of the playfield with the moving crane. Now, if some of you do not know what the P3 system is typically laid out as, basically the top third of the game is going to be hardware, whereas the bottom 2/3 is typically going to be your screen. But something that I'm really enjoying about this game is that, like I've stated, it's bringing a little more kinetic satisfaction. And I believe this is going to do pretty good comparison to their other titles because of that. There's more. Let me scroll through here and see if I can find some images. So here's a look at the playfield. Let me get right here so you can actually see it a little bit better. And as you can see, we've got targets on pretty much every post except for a few of them, but a good amount of them right here, as well as a good look at the moving crane. Now, something that's really good about this moving crane is that it has a X, Y, and Z axis maneuvering, meaning it can go left and right and up and down and extend towards the player. That is something that I don't think I've seen on any other game. This is able to do all of that in one go. Now, there's other titles out there that have cranes in them. For instance, you have your Batman 66, and another one off the top of my head is my Last Action Hero. But there are limitations to what those cranes can do. For instance, I've already got some videos pre-lined up right here, ready to go. So here's basically a good idea of what the crane does on Batman 66. Basically a fixated ball, and you hit the ball like so. And that's essentially what the crane is capable of doing on that title. And here is your typical Last Action Hero.
It is really rattling up a storm.
Basically, this crane extends over, picks up the ball, and then moves the ball over to the left side of the screen to lock the ball. Now, this crane is a shaky mofo, but I have altered mine on my game to be smooth as butter, but that's just my title. Either way, those are the two games that I can think of off the top of my head that give us a crane that interacts with the ball and the player. This does really well at putting you inside of a world, guys, because you have like savings and loan, the police department, what does this say? Bigelow Galleries, Crosstown Expressway, Office Space, Grand Central Station, news building. It looks like a city. So other games that have like a city-esque feel to it would be like you're dialed in. And we've skipped some images here. Okay, so here we go. Another higher view portion. Let me get to this viewpoint right here where you can see what's going on with the city. And this game also gives us an upper flipper, which is going to be a first for them. So that's pretty exciting that they're giving us another hardware mech as well as a different way to play this title. Now, the question is, oh yes, I think it is. So in order to utilize this shot, you have to use that third flipper. So that's good that the flipper is not just an extra little feature on there because why not? You actually need that third flipper to loop around. These are just some close-up images to what the game looks like, the plastic portions of it. And then you have, this reminds me a little bit of the Wizard of Oz in the very bottom left-hand corner, where the ball gets down here on a pop bumper and bounces the hell out of these targets. So that's it's a cool feature that's going to be up here in a higher portion of the game, though. Looks like you got a spinner down here in your big savings and loan. Now, I don't know the shot layout for this game, guys, but it does look interesting. I don't know what happens when you go inside the police department, if it loops around this way, if it loops around that way. Does it go into some sort of subway system? I do not know all that. So the game comes with RGB lights throughout, which is basically going to have to be the standardization for all pinball machines these days. Is if you don't have RGB, then okay, it's a little weird because everything else is doing it. Here's a down low screen shot of what the third flipper shots would be. I don't know the third flipper is going to be going in here though, but it's definitely going to need to be going here. More than likely your opto sensor is right through this little peek hole. Then we have a close shot right here, jail door open. So evidently this door opens and closes, I guess, according to this. And yeah, raising and lowering the jail door in the police station, that is a bash target when closed, and when open, you can shoot into the jail. So there you go. It turns out you can get a lot of information from this website if you actually read it. So here we go. The crane, the most interesting physical feature in the game. It has three-way controls: sweep, pitch, and extension. It can pick up and hold balls and allow the player to knock them off. It is also a wide area of the playfield, thereby presenting a bashable target which closer to the player than targets on the upper playfield. This extremely versatile mech is integrated into unique ways throughout the game. That's a nice little feature. I like that. But like I've stated, this is pretty cool. I'm liking this. This is a very good kinetic satisfaction when it comes to what they're able to provide for us. And we'll give you a little video right here of what this looks like in action. So here the magnet goes out to work, and it's gonna hover above this one area, extends out pretty quick too. Not like, you know, little rinky-dink little mech system. This thing's got some oomph to it, and it moves around pretty damn smoothly too. Not too damn bad. Now on the website, you're going to go through all your different types of multi-balls, your wizard modes, and then you have your pricings. Now this is something else that I believe that probably turns a lot of people off, is the pricing on this. And basically the way I'm looking at it is that yes, your upfront cost is going to be more than your standard like Stern LE cost. But what they do is give you the ability to swap out games at any moment. You can switch to whatever game, new play fields and all that kind of stuff, pick them up, put them into the same cabinet. So if you already had the Multimorphic cabinet system, then this game would only cost you $2,750, $2,500 for the play field, $250 for the upper flipper assembly. So if you wanted the new game every year or every new launch that they come out with, you would be paying half the typical price of a Pro model Stern. But up front, it's going to cost you a little bit more. And it says right here that Heist is in production now and machines are ready to ship. P3's will ship in order that they are purchased. So in the video, they go through basically the story of the beginning of it, and I'm just going to skip you to basically the gameplay, which is right around here, to give you an idea of what the game looks like in full-on action. Now, once again, the full video is available on YouTube, so if you want to see it there, by all means, please check it out on their channel. It looks pretty damn cool, guys. I really wish, again, for another reason, that TPF would not have been canceled, because this would have been pretty cool to play, I believe. This looks like it is definitely something that is going to surpass the other games that they have made. Which is good, because that is what a company is supposed to do. They're supposed to continuously improve. So I'm glad that the promises that Cary has made to us when it comes to innovations and different things and improvements are actually showing that, hey, he's not denying that. This is good. So that's my first thoughts on what I'm seeing so far from this game. I really don't know when I'm going to be able to play this title, because like I said, I typically only get a chance to play these at Texas Pinball Festival. But P3 is Texas native, so by all means, Cary, if you're watching this, hit me up. I would like to travel down south to get a shot at playing this game for a while. So my quick first thoughts is the game looks definitely much better than their other games. This is an improvement from what they have done in the past. That's always something that a company wants to hear, is that they are learning and improving. We don't get mechs like this in modern games anymore, guys. We don't get this because of a couple of reasons. One, moving parts equals wear and tear, which means repair. And a lot of the typical people these days do not want to have to worry or deal with repairs, as well as even the companies that are producing them don't want to have to deal with the repairs either. So what's the safest way about not having to worry about repairs is make the game more simple. But this is what us pinball people love. We like the mechanical portion of the game. We like moving parts. We like little gizmos and gadgets, because that's what it's all about. Kinetic satisfaction. I love watching the reactions to people playing the older games for the first time, which is typically those that have never played pinball before. I digress. But the reactions when they see these moving portions of a game interact with you, it's always, oh, that's cool. So I'm glad to see that P3 is bringing in a mech that is going to be fully motioned and interactive with us and how the game works. That is definitely what we've been needing. So that's my first impressions and thoughts of this game. Let me know what you think about Multimorphic as well as their new game Heist in the comments section down below. I planned on doing a video for Heavy Metal's reveal today, but that has also been postponed, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to dig further into that, or even if I really even want to. I don't know. It really depends on what they show us, but more than likely, from what I've seen so far, I'm gonna have to do another video on the full reveal just to get a good laugh, I guess, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty funny. That's all, guys. Until next time, peace out.